Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice with a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements.
Hi everybody, this is Spirit Medium Laura. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me better than you have been the last couple of shows I've done. I finally figured out, or I hope I figured out, the answer or the solution, and I believe that's a direct internet connection. I was using a Wi-Fi before, so hopefully everything's going to be just fine. So this is Monday night, and tonight I focus in on mediumship and life readings. That's about your own life or connection to the other side. And the show goes for about an hour, and readings will start about 10 minutes into the show. On Wednesday, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I do a mediumship hour-long show, which, again, readings will start about 5 to 10 minutes into the show. Please don't reveal much about why you're calling when I get to you and ask you what you'd like this evening. Just simply tell me if you'd like a connection to the other side, or if you have a question, then give me your question about your own life. If you're not sure what number to call to get into the reading queue, the number is area code 347-945-5849. I decided to go back to setting priority in the reading queue, and that is possible. You can get priority, get a VIP, jump to the top of the queue with the 5 for 5, which is donate $5, get approximately 5 minutes on the show. I don't time it or anything. I used to, but it was just too much for me. I was getting crazy. So if you're interested in jumping to the top of the queue, go to the website for this show, and there at item number 1B, I think it is, you'll see the 5 for 5. And the website for this show, where you can watch this show live, which is absolutely riveting, I might add, is spiritmediumtv.com. It's always nice to see a face behind the voice, so if you want to see my face talking to you, just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and there you'll see a live feed of the show. You can donate $5 to jump to the top of the queue. If not, that's fine as well. You just take a chance and wait in the queue. That's the donation in part goes to help animals. I donate monthly to Humane Foundation. A couple of other things. We have on Monday nights what I call the Intuitive Playground, which is an online webinar. It's private. This evening we're going to be going into soul purpose, and that's item number 3. You can RSVP from item number 3 for this Intuitive Playground at spiritmediumtv.com. And I'm going to talk a little bit about soul purpose in a little while. A lot of people think it's nice to know your soul purpose, and that is true, but there's a lot more about a soul purpose that I'm sure you will really want to know. And you can also join the mailing list, my mailing list, at spiritmediumtv.com, and if you do so, you'll get a report. You'll be immediately jumped to a location where you will get a free report. It's a free video class, actually, on how to do your own readings using a pendulum and a spirit board. How to do your own readings, because most of the people are tuning in here and want a reading. So I figured, oh, why don't I give that away? So as a complimentary gift to you. As well, you'll keep in touch with me. You'll know what's going on when the radio show is happening and other things. I write articles, and I have other things going on, for example, the Intuitive Playground. And it's only $5, the Intuitive Playground. It's an hour long, approximately. I'll get there a little, like about 9:05. I have to do a little checking up before I get there. So about 9:05 Eastern Time tonight till about 10:15 Eastern Time tonight. Translate that to your time zone. It's a beautiful, clear webinar. I use specific software for that. And you can join or register for that by going to spiritmediumtv.com, item number 3. So I said to you, I promised you that I would I would talk to you a little bit about soul purpose. Why is soul purpose important? But before I do that, I've got a number of people waiting in the queue. I thought perhaps we could have a little repartee in the chat room. So if any of you have access to the chat room from where you are, I'd like to ask you, do you think knowing your soul purpose is important to you? Just a yes or no, or yes and why, if you would be so kind as to put that down. I'm going to put my question is soul purpose important to you and why? Well, there's somebody. Kakilia Sheffield is typing. Let's see what Kakilia puts in there. Type faster, Kakilia. Waiting for your answer. Okay, well, now whatever she's typing has not hit the board yet, so I'm just going to go on a little bit and think about it. Anybody out there, you can chime in. Oh, here it is. No, because everything is connected and everything happens for a reason. Interesting point of view. But isn't there a reason of evolution, Kakelia? Isn't there a reason for us being on Earth? What do you think that reason is? Everybody out there, what do you think the reason is for us even having incarnation? Is it just to basically eat a lot of chocolate and get a big blue car? Okay, what is it? To learn lessons. Thank you. And so our soul purpose has to do with learning our lessons, but it's not a negative thing. It's actually a wonderful thing. So if you align with your soul's purpose, you actually are aligning with your higher power. What's your higher power? Why is that important? No, Kakilia, since you've been so bright about this, do you have a feeling of why you'd want to align with a power that's higher than yourself, maybe more powerful than your human self? Any idea? She's putting something in, or he is, I think it's a girl. And why do you think so? To be more positive. That's a great answer. Thank you, and I appreciate you, communicating with me. And anybody else that wants to put things in, please feel free to do so. And that's very important, to be more positive. But let's talk about the spirit world for a second. If you think about it, isn't the spirit world supposed to be sort of supernatural, right? They could be anywhere. They could know everything. It depends on your level of evolution as a soul. But when you think about it, having access to the spirit world, to intelligence outside of the human consciousness, can be extremely powerful. And I would like to conjecture it can be miraculous. Now, if you don't believe me, think about this. Think about people who've gone into 12-step programs, for example. What's the first? I think one of the first of the 12 steps is let go and let God. But one of the things is subtle, perhaps. Or perhaps it's subtle if you're not in a 12-step program or never were in one. But what I have gathered as I've listened to some of the writings and the teachings is that when you do let go and let God, when you allow yourself to align with a higher power, that's when your miracles begin. So if you want to have a more magical life, if you want to have access to miracles, if you want to feel more peaceful, if you want to feel more calm, if you want to get guidance, if you want to have more lucky coincidences or synchronicities in your life, if you want your destiny to unfold, if you want to gain access to the energy of that destiny, which is usually very prosperous. It doesn't have to mean money. It just means it's joyful. You want to have more bliss and joy in your life. Then learn how to align with your soul's purpose. And that is what we will be covering this evening. It's part of a 4-part mini-series called Soul Abundance for the Law of Attraction. It is an intuitive development class. It's the first level. I teach 3 more after this. But this one is all about intuition, because guess what? Your soul is reached, or you communicate with your soul through your intuition, through your feelings. So anyway, we're going to be going into that later on tonight. That's a private webinar. It's not on the radio show, but you can register from the website for the radio show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. www.spiritmedia.com. Item number 3 on that page will link you to another page where you can register for tonight's webinar. Next week we will be raising your vibration in that same intuitive playground, and the week after that we will be activating your intuitive flow, embracing your intuitive flow that comes from soul alignment. And last week, if you missed it, was all about letting go of karma, which is the first step. Because if you're running around all nervous and all upset and reacting to everything, you can't gain access to your soul's purpose. Okay, so I'm going to now start opening the phone lines. We do have one donation so far this evening. Again, if you want to jump to the top of the queue and the phone lines are flooded, you may go to spiritmediumtv.com. And item number 1B on that page allows you to make a donation and jump to the top of the queue. Otherwise, just relax, because I will be getting to as many people as I can within the hour's time that we have. And also, if you want a sale, the 3 for 3 is back on. That's 1/3 off a 30-minute reading, and that is on spiritmediumtv.com, item number 1A. Okay. So I am going to go to Susie. Susie, you're in your mode of getting ready to talk to people in the background, so I'm going to have to, I don't know what to do to get your attention. Let's see what I can do, because Susie B is going to, there she is, Susie.
Hello, Laura. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Now,
It was a very nice weekend. I hope everybody that's a mother out there or has their mother with them that had a very, very wonderful Mother's Day.
That's a wonderful, yes, I forgot all about that. I kind of been, yesterday happened, I sent out an email to everybody. There's a funny little echo here. Is it because you have my video on or something? Do you have the video on?
No, I don't have anything on.
Are you on speak?
I always am on. I'm always on my headset.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. Hopefully it'll clear up. There's always something, right?
It always is.
I'm telling you, and if you've just called in this evening for the first time, we have been for the last month or so knocked off, and a lot of people couldn't hear me over and over and over again. I finally think I figured it out. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, you're sounding wonderful tonight. And we do have some first-time callers listening tonight.
Oh, welcome.
So we welcome them.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, and we're happy you're with us, and we know that you're just going to enjoy the show.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you who are first callers and all of you that are repeat callers. It's so nice to meet all of you. And Susie is volunteered. She actually has another radio show on Blog Talk Radio, but she volunteers to help me by going into the background and talking to all of you, making you feel comfortable, getting your emails if you'd like to be on my mailing list. So when she comes to you, be ready for her friendly, smiling voice. So Susie, what can I do for you? Do you want to introduce your radio show, or do you want to? I know you donated, so thank you, by the way. Is there anything I can do? Is there anything the Spirit can do for you?
I do have a question, because I'm kind of a little bit frustrated, although I knew that it was going to take around a year. But do you see a court date coming for me soon?
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting out.
That's to do with the SSD?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope not for anything else, Laura.
You never know, Susie. You're such an upstart. Well, I am hearing no for some reason, and I'm going to go a little deeper to see what the problem is, why it's being postponed. Hold on for a second. And take what I say with a grain of salt, because future predictions are great until the energy shifts and then everything changes. But as of right now, court date for Susie B. Well, it will happen within a reasonable amount of time, but just not instantly. I'm getting about 2 to 3 months from now, it should be coming in. Are you sure you want a court date? Is that going to be in your best interests?
Yes, it definitely will be.
Okay. Well, I think within a few months, 4 months on the end of it, 2 to 3 is, it could be as much as 2 to 3 sooner. Usually it takes longer than faster, so I'd say 4 months generally is it. So we're in May now, June, July, August, September. So it looks like the fall. You will be heard. Your date will be heard. It won't be postponed anymore. And I feel that there will be something fruitful coming from this. Something coming from this that's going to be more, tangible, like a decision being made. And I don't want to say any more than that, okay? Because you know more. I'll just leave it at that. It looks good. It looks really good for you.
Okay, wonderful, very wonderful.
Okay, because you've done it.
Actually, every day that goes by, I think, okay, they would want to place me in a job that I was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no way, no how I could stand on my feet at all for not even 5 minutes, at 10 minutes at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to have something to lean on when I'm walking. So, I could not do the same job that I was doing before. And, I'm not really trained to to sit down and do office work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know some things, pretty savvy with that, but there's some certain things that you have to have for, particular, like, say, an office, doctor office, medical, that you would need to know, and I'm just not trained for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel it's positive for you. We'll see what happens.
Very cool. Okay, well, thanks very much. And I'm looking forward to the chocolate playground.
Okay, sweetie, thanks. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, we used to call it I had asked some people who were listening to the radio show, should I put chocolate in there? For some reason it had come up. And everybody had said, yeah, we want to hear it, Intuitive Chocolate Playground. Well, I can't have all those words. It's just too many words. I call it the playground. And thank you, Alexandra, for registering. I don't see Lori Wright here, but I believe she will be there, and a few other people. So I look forward to meeting you all face-to-face later on. That will be a video. If you have video, if you don't, there's only about 6 people that can be on the video at once, but we can swap you in and out if we want to see you. But you don't need to be seen if you don't want to be seen. Okay, I am going to go to Craig. Hello, Craig. How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I'd like to thank you for taking my call.
Sure, absolutely, and thank you for joining my mailing list. I noticed that there. So what can I do for you this evening, Craig?
Well, the question I have tonight is I'm going to be completing a book this summer, and I just want to know, do you see that book being a success?
Okay. Well, congratulations on completing your book, or even wanting to do that. It's a big responsibility, and I hear your personal story and journey is associated with the book. Is that correct, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, personal story and journey that needs to be told, and it's supposed to be told. And because of this is Spirit talking to you right now. Because it needs to be told, it's a story of suffering and overcoming tremendous odds, this personal story of valor. It does need to be heard, and so therefore I do feel that it will go as you think it will. I already hear that there's a publisher interested in it. So are you aware of that? Because what I'm hearing is there is a publisher that is interested in it already, Craig.
I've been talking to someone who's connected with publishing companies, and so I believe that, that there's some interest there.
Okay. So I do feel it will get published. It's not going to get published right at the end of completion. There will be some runarounds or iterations, but there looks like one publisher will pick it up in particular. I have this really interesting feeling that it might even, it's such an interesting story that it might even end up being looked at for film later on. I don't know if you've been thinking about that or not, but it's a possibility of it going in that direction as well. You are a blessed, they're giving me some channeling here for you. You're a blessed child of the universe. You should be writing these kinds of things, these kinds of books. You're a motivational person, a motivational speaker or communicator, if you will, and you have this gift of communicating. It's part of your purpose, speaking of soul's purpose, that you were given this gift of being an orator of sorts. And when they say orator or speaker, they mean it could be in written word, but for some reason they're choosing the word that would be more like oral public speaking. Have you done any public speaking, Craig?
No, but that's funny you brought that up because I planned on using my book as a catalyst to basically sell my motivational speaking.
There you go.
I eventually want to do that.
Okay. Well, that's your purpose, is to do public speaking.
Wow.
Okay, so that's where it's all. I mean, it seems like they're telling you, your guides are telling you through me that you have that gift of speech. You have that gift of being able to do public speaking, and that you're a motivational speaker. So just as you want to do, so you're on your path, and your story is profound, and it will touch the hearts and lives of many. There's something about it interesting. Not being. Do you ever wonder if you're being greedy about this, or do you wonder where your motivation, your own personal motivation, is coming from? Do you feel sometimes like you look at yourself and you wonder, what is my motivation for doing this? Is it ego, or am I truly in service? Because I feel that you might sometimes feel like you look at yourself critically. Does that make sense to you, please, Craig?
Yes, it is true that I'm sometimes to be my very worst critic. I always want to check and assess myself and want to ask myself, am I doing this for the right reasons?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are doing it for the right reasons, but it is easy to get corrupted, they're saying, your guides, by looking at it the wrong way. So always, this will help oil the cog or keep things going for you, move things forward. Always stay on service. Always stay for highest good. And because as humans, we are tempted, we are tempted to be it depends on what your spiritual dogma is, but quite often we're tempted to want to do things for the wrong reasons, and when that happens, your flow of moving forward will stop. So every time it does stop, this is what you need to do: is you need to go back to spirit, to God, your higher power, whatever you want to call it, and ask that you do it for service, using your gifts and talents in service. Doesn't mean the byproduct won't be glory, because it will be, but you always have to stay on point for service, and that will bring the success to you. Just the opposite, a lot of people get greedy about things, whatever. So keep the ego in check. Let it sit in the back seat of your beautiful journey forward. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right, Craig.
Oh,
what was that?
all right, well, thank you very much for that reading. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Okay, moving right along to Gail. Lovely Gail. Hold on. Hello, Gail. How are you this evening?
Hi, how are you? I'm pretty good.
Good. Thank you for joining our mailing list. I noticed that you did. Let's see what we can do for you this evening. I don't feel anybody from Spirit popping out for you, so I would assume you're asking for more of a life question today. What do you want me to do for you, love?
Well, I was wondering if you could help me out with like guidance for, I guess in the next couple of months, as far as my path. I feel like it's changing or evolving for the better. I just don't see I see it, but I just don't in the present, like in the physical. I just don't see it working out, balancing my life, because it went off kilter last month, and I'm up in the air. But I see things working out well. I just wanted to get if you could help me out with extra guidance or information.
Well, the first thing I want to tell you is one's path does not change in 1 month. Okay, so seeing you must be pretty young, because when you get older, 1 month is nothing. As I am older. So I just want to remind you that you don't need to be so fatalistic about things. You also don't need to be black or white about things. It's a process and evolution. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Hold on one moment, Gail. You are on path. You are still on your path. You haven't given up, and you won't have to give it up. You won't have to give it up. And I hear something about the monies will be there for you. I don't know how, or eventually they will be there. So you need to stay on point for what you truly want, and the support will be there, will come in for you. Now, there's guides are saying that you'll need more financing to go forward. Does that make sense to you, please?
It does.
Okay, more money. Usually if it's money, it seems to be education, or just that you need to be able to fund yourself better to move forward. You will get the funding that you're wanting. And they keep, I don't know what it is, okay? I'm literally channeling when I'm saying these things. The guides come in and work through me, and Spirit comes through and works through me. So they're saying that the monies will be there, and don't give up. Hold firm to your goal. But you do need a time out right now, or break, to take care of other things that have come in your path right now. So it's all part of the flow of things, and it feels like you've been segued away from your goal so that you can take care of a health issue. What is going on with your health, please?
I am working out again.
Okay.
And doing away with smoking.
Oh, well, they're telling me that it's a health thing, that you do need to take this time out to work on yourself. Okay? So they want you to look at it as all positive. Okay? Versus, oh, I'm being forced to stop going in the direction I was going. And no, they're giving you, it's like as if Spirit is giving you a time out to focus on you for now, and kind of regroup. But eventually, everything is going to fall back into place. So is this is this education you're looking to do, or start a business, or what is it? Because they're not telling me.
Yeah, working, self-employment, working from home.
Oh, okay, but you need money to fund that, is that it?
Yeah, money was coming in and then it stopped coming in. And so I had to find another source of income, but that's not covering rent right now.
Oh.
So that's what they're saying about the money, but it's going to come. That's why I see it's working out fine, but I just don't see it. Like, where is it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, well, for now, for the time being, look at it as positive. It's a time to kind of regroup. There's something about the business that needs to be done over, and you don't realize this, but you do need to take a fresh approach. And that's why you're being forced by the universe, I'll say it to you that way, to sort of take a time out. Because when you come back to it, which will be later, you're going to have like a light bulb's going to go off in your head, and you say, why didn't I think of that before? This is the right angle to do what I want to do. And it
Are you talking maybe about writing?
I don't know yet. You said home business, didn't you?
Yeah, and I also have a couple of screenplays I want to sell.
Well, I'm hearing about the business right now. Are you doing something with health and nutrition?
Fetish stuff.
What was that, honey?
Fetish.
What was that? I can't get the word.
Fetish. Like BDSM, that type of stuff, like a proton.
I heard you say fetish, F-E-T-I-S-H. Is that what you said?
Yeah. A professional dominant.
Oh, okay, no problem. Every time you said it, for some reason, I couldn't hear it. Okay, interesting. So the home business was that. Well, they're going to, okay, they're saying that you're going to have to take a fresh approach to that, and they gave me the words health and nutrition to go with it. So there's something to do with health that goes with this. Either you to do it in a way that's healthy for you, or healthy for them. Okay, so it's an interesting idea to make it a little different. So leave it alone for now. Let it sit on the sidelines for now, and then it's going to come back a new way, and you're going to take a different approach to it. Now, do you ever feel like it's not something you want to do, or is that something that you do want to do? The home business.
It's something I do want to do, but I don't want to do it the way that everyone else does because it doesn't work for me. What I would like to do is have it like I'm a goddess. So my name's Goddess Sunny Day.
Perfect.
I want to epitomize the goddess during my sessions, like give them readings and also play with them, like do the touch fetish, but also help them, do the psychological, spiritual counseling. That
Perfect.
I have in
Perfect. So it's empowering almost is what you want to do, and that's your health. So that's what they want you to do. They want you to take a rest from it, just for now, and then come back with a way to do that will work for you. Okay? But I do feel that you're on the right, you have the right idea about it. It just needs a little bit of a timeout for now. And then you'll come back with renewed, I don't know, are you doing this online?
I work online, yes.
Well, that's a whole other thing. Well,
I'm getting evicted, like, from my apartment because I have to pay rent, and I haven't been able to pay rent.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So you're going to have to do something else for money right now. I don't know. I was focusing on the one question, which is the original one. I'm not going to give you a full reading right now. So if you feel that you're going to get evicted, you do need to go and take some action right away to get some money in the door. I feel that. No, I don't think you're going to get evicted. It'll take a while to get evicted, but I do feel there's some urgency behind your question, certainly from the way you said it, but as soon as you said it, I felt urgency. So I would suggest you find a way to do something very quickly, perhaps in person, out of your apartment, maybe something in the service industry, something that you can do that you've already done before, just to bring in the cash for now. And then eventually you'll be able to redo your other business, the fetish business, with more of a slant to it, a healthier slant to it. Okay, my dear?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Sure, honey. Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm moving to Juliet. Hello, Juliet.
Hi.
Hi, thank you
Hello.
Hi, thank you for joining our mailing list. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, now I hear something in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're going to have to get that quiet if I can work with you, because this work does take concentration, what I do. So is there any way that you can get your lovely little offspring there quieted down?
Yeah. Okay.
All
Let
right.
me get you that thing, Steve. Okay.
Okay. And if you can't quiet the lovely child, if you can't quiet the child down, I can come back to you and take another caller in the interim, but I promise I will.
He's quiet now.
Okay. No, all right. So what
His sister just took something away from him. She's doing me.
Aw, how cute. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute. What can I do for you this evening,
It's
love?
not cute when they're mean to each other. I was just wondering, like, I know, like, what my guides' names are.
Okay. You said you know what they are, or you want to know what they are?
No, I want to know what they are.
Okay. Well, let me just start by saying that a name of a guide is what you assign it. Okay? They don't have names that we have to know. You can give a name to one of your guides if you want to. And what you should do is, I'm just going to tell you one way to do it, and then I will do some of it for you. What you can do is go into meditation, and when you're alone, maybe when your babies are not around or whatever, when they're sleeping or napping, and take a book out and start to journal and write, and then try to connect with your guides. I will be doing connecting to your guides in June in the playground, the intuitive playground. But I do feel that I do feel one of your guides has a J named Joseph. Okay, Joseph, and I feel that name has a fatherly feel for you, and that's why I'm being given that name, as if to say that you kind of need that. You need to have a fatherly energy around you, a calming feeling of being taken care of and being guided in a loving way. And indeed, Joseph also has significance in, the Catholic and Christian religion, because Joseph was the father of Jesus Christ. Okay?
Yeah.
Were you raised Christian? Were you Christian?
Catholic.
Yeah. Okay, that's Catholic is fine. That's exactly, because that's one of the reasons why Spirit gave me that name for you. See, the name that you get has significance for you, and that name, and that is indeed one of your guides. It is a fatherly energy, a loving energy. Okay, and his name is Joseph, and you can call upon Joseph anytime that you feel you need guidance, anytime you feel scared. I don't feel you're scared very often, actually, to tell you the truth. I don't feel a lot of fear around you. I'm just saying that Joseph is your guiding light. Okay, and actually there's another one. Now, some of the guides are higher guides. Some of them are ascended masters. Are you familiar with ascended masters?
Are those like angelic? Like more angelic?
Yeah, well, they're higher up. I don't mean to sound strange, and it's a very unpopular position, but that technically I don't distinguish between guides and angels. To me, they're just higher beings that are elevated and evolved. But yes, it's if you want to think of it that way, it's like an archangel. There are ascended masters, and there's an ascended master called Mother Mary. And Mother Mary in the Catholic religion is our Mary that goes with Joseph. In other religions, right? In other religions, she has other names. Okay, and that's another being that you work with. Okay, you work with Mother Mary.
Okay.
And in part, there's no accident you were born Catholic or Christian and that you have these beings that work with you, and you're working with Christian energies on your evolution on Earth. You are supposed to be a mother as you are. You're supposed to be, and also something about being an educator or helping people with understanding things better. So if you're not teaching people literally, you teach them in other ways, and maybe you haven't really opened that up yet, but they're telling me you're supposed to be a teacher. Does that make sense to you, Juliet?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Are you a teacher literally, or is it just that you kind of are a person that people listen to?
Well, I'm a teacher to my kids. I'm a nurse, but I'm not a nurse to kids.
Oh, no, that doesn't matter.
But
Okay.
I mean, I'm always, explaining things to my kids all the time.
Okay. Well, you're naturally a teacher, gifted in that area, and let's see how that will exercise. Besides being a mother, it's going to come out in other ways. Maybe you'll become a health educator as a nurse. You might be part of maybe a job in the future might have you doing some kind of education to people about their health or what have you. So let's be loose about that. So you have Joseph as your main guide, but you also work with Mother Mary as a higher entity, which is an ascended master, and that's all about love. Mother Mary is all about nurturing love and goddess energy and loving yourself, and certainly you are a mother. So, and guides can change. Sometimes you can get other guides that are stronger or not strong. Usually they stay with you, though, for many lifetimes. Okay, honey, so Joseph is your main one.
Joseph is the main one, so I have two of them.
Well, Mary is a higher up. There's a couple of them that are closer to you, depending on how you look at things. You have at least what I'm getting for you is you have three other ones, and some. Yeah, there's one of them is a family member who's in spirit as well. It feels like a grandmother. It could be a great-grandmother, but it's a family member. Or it could be somebody from another lifetime that was a family member of yours, but she's closer to you in terms of vibration. So that's what you have for tonight, okay, my dear?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, love. Thank you, Julia. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
Okay, I am going to go to Yvette. Hello, Yvette.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm open to whatever you have or whatever you get, but I am curious as to how I can advance my relationship or if it's something that needs to be done on my end.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for giving me a question because, usually I don't have like a, just general stuff. I'd rather have a question. And I want to thank you again for joining our mailing list. And if anybody is interested in that, either give your email to Susie when she talks to you or just go to the spiritmediumtv.com and put it there. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why I keep hearing the word health about you. Are you okay health-wise as far as you know? Health.
I'm not feeling well today, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, I'm fine, but I am not feeling well today, no.
Oh, okay, that's probably why I'm hearing it. But they do say, in general, you need to take better care of your health. There's a lot of worry around you, stress around you, and sometimes it does take a toll on you. It does have a lot to do with the relationship you're talking about, and that's where the stress comes from. So this is a person that you've known from another lifetime. He's come in before in other lifetimes, and he always comes in the same way. To challenge you to know yourself better. It's all about knowing yourself, Yvette. It's all about knowing yourself. The more you stay steady on who you are, your identity, your authenticity, what you love to do, who you are as a person, the more calm you will become and centered in the relationship. And they're also telling me he's a little bit older than you, a bit older than you. How many is a man? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And he is older than me.
Yeah, how many? Because they're telling me he's a bit older than you, meaning that he's probably a little bit more than 5 years older than you. How many years older than you is he?
About 7 years.
Okay, because that's significant. Because what happens is when the person's a little older than 5, usually they can challenge you and your identity because they have more authority. They've been around on Earth a little bit longer, so I feel he pushes your buttons. Does he push your buttons, sweetheart?
Very much so. And the issue is we're also business partners, so it all comes together.
Yeah.
The stress doesn't stop.
Yeah, So what you have to do, it's not easy to explain this. The Soul Abundance class I'm doing right now on the playground, I also have videos, I have a video training class on it. I'm always going yada, 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 yada about this. It always comes down to the same thing, especially for women. When we choose to incarnate as a female, we've chosen a specific lesson. The lesson, particularly now in this time and age, is all about empowerment of self, knowing who you are, staying true to it, and feeling good about that. Because most women, or the female paradigm, if you will, is to be pleasers. We're taught growing up, or somewhere along the line, particularly in the past when we didn't earn our own money, now we have more latitude, that we're supposed to look to the male to make the decisions, and we have to fold in under that. Well, so we have been given subtle programming. We don't even realize it. So the whole key to being with this particular man is to, I'll give you some specific things. If you're not meditating, you should do some meditation.
Okay.
Okay, because what that's going to do is going to allow you to detach a little bit from being reactive. It's going to calm you down. It's going to let you see how you feel about things because you'll be more detached. You can observe yourself more during the day. 10 to 15 minutes a day at minimum. You don't want to overdo it, but it's going to help you get a clearer head. It's going to help you feel more in control of things. And it's going to help you see what's really going on. And it's also going to give you the space to pay attention to what you like and what you don't like about yourself, your life, and what you really want. Do not engage in conflict directly with him. Engage in relationship with yourself. The better you improve your own self-discovery, your own self-support, the better all relationships around you will be, including that with him. So now I don't know if that's the approach you've been taking, but that's the approach that I'm being told to give you. Does that make sense to you, Yvette?
It does. The issue is I do exactly what you say, and what you were just talking about. That is what I do, but it's like talking to a wall. Like I get literally like no response.
Okay, but you're still looking to. So then, what you need to do is do it. Okay. If you're in a situation of dependency that you require him to do certain things to either because you're in a business together to earn money, or you require him to do certain things if it's just personal to make you happy. It always comes down to the same thing. You have to get out of dependency. Okay? Okay, if it's the money, then you have to kind of wean away from making your income dependent on what he does. The more independent you are, the better able you're going to be with him or anyone else. In terms of love, the more you make yourself happy, the better your relationships will be with everyone. It's never about the other person. It's always about us. Every single relationship we're in, particularly those that are discordant, are opportunities for us to learn about ourselves and how we can support ourselves better. So your soul ingeniously and very generously lathered upon you this great opportunity to support yourself. Okay? So the best I can tell you is stop allowing yourself to need him for your own money and your own happiness. And you'll see that miraculous things will shift there for you. And if it does, if he can't fall into your program, then there will be somebody else coming along that will. Okay, does that make sense to you, sweet? Is there anything you need to say before I go on to the next call?
No, that was it. That was it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, honey. So you can always listen to this again. It's recorded, but I appreciate your question. It gave me an opportunity to really get up on the soapbox. Thanks a lot. Thanks, honey.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, I just want to say something to everybody. It's our soul is really ingenious. Every single conflict that you are in your life, your soul created for you to grow. So long as you're in conflict with that challenge, you'll stay stuck. But if you get the good of that experience, somehow it melts away and you become more empowered. Your vibration raises and you learn from that experience. And in particular for relationships, the healing is to learn how to love yourself. Soul abundance. That's the course I have. I'm writing. I wrote a book on it. It's getting published. It's called Intuition for Success with the Law of Attraction. But it really is about aligning with your higher power, your soul. And the more you do that, it's what you love to do. It's stop fighting with those around you and listen to yourself more. Meditation is key to that. Meditation is key to that because meditation allows you to listen better. It helps you slow down your reactive mode and helps you become what I believe in Zen or Buddhism they call the observer, where you're sort of looking at things like, dang, I get it, So just thank you, Yvette, for giving me the opportunity to say that. Okay. I am going to Diana.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing? Good?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you for joining our mailing list. Appreciate that. What can I do for you this evening?
I was wondering, a lot of times I will talk to the spirit guides that I know I must have, but I don't know how to put it. I think one of them is a dog. Is there any way of knowing?
That's so cute. Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard, particularly in shamanism, animals are guides as well. So it all depends on your belief systems. Okay? And who's to say that a dog is any higher or lower? I mean, some animals are so advanced spiritually, it's beyond our comprehension, really. So, yeah, I believe it could be. Let me just check to see what I get for you, maybe a little bit more insight to it, which is, I think, what you're trying to get right now. Hold on for a second, Diana. Let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, so did your father have a dog? Diana?
I think so.
Well, one of the first things I hear...
Father.
Yeah, I feel that I heard your father's dog does come in to guide you from time to time, believe it or not, and that he does have a lot of wisdom. He's not a stupid animal. He's a beautiful soul, and he has a lot of wisdom. He teaches you a lot about love and a lot about holding your heart and following your heart and following your being loyal, following your heart, loyal to yourself. So you know how dogs represent that kind of energy. He helps you in that area. There's a lot of betrayal in your life, betrayal in the family, self-betrayal, and betrayal of others, people betraying each other. It's part of your karmic pattern for this lifetime, patterning, and this dog comes in to help you with that, help you sense love, experience loyalty, or just get a sense of it for yourself. So that's what I get for the dog, and don't be so afraid of it. It's not odd. Okay, each particular entity, animal, vegetable, mineral, they all have things that they can give to us. Just we need to be open-minded to accept that. Do you understand betrayal in the family, please?
Yes, there has been.
A lot of it.
Loyal sisters
yep.
and brothers that I thought would be closer.
Yeah, and even something with your mother as well. Not that she's lied to you or anything, but there's just not a good bonding there.
No, but I always loved my mother, but I always wonder when I told her a few things why it didn't get better or change, but I think it's because of her life, because she had a bad life.
Yeah, exactly. So what you end up feeling is a lot of people let you down, and so this dog comes in to let you feel loved, to let you feel loyalty. To help boost you up emotionally and to guide you forward on that path. So just, accept whatever the guides are that are coming in for you. I don't believe he's permanently assigned to you. I think he's just here for this time. And now, is your father in spirit? No.
Yes.
Oh, he is. Okay, so he sent the
Yes, he is. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he sent the dog in, to help you with that, give you that sense that somebody loves you, somebody's there for you, and it's only a dog that can do that. It's not for some reason they're telling me this. It's only a dog's loyalty that's the right kind of loyalty. That's the right kind of loyalty to hit your soul right now. So it's a healing principle, and this dog has that kind of energy for you. And by the way, if you haven't gotten a dog, you might want to consider getting one if you can get one, or if you can afford one, you can have one.
I do have little Zoe.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
And, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so you have that kind of love in your home, and the dog comes in to reinforce it. Does Zoe ever look like she's noticing something in the home with you? Like, does she starts to look around? Well, I think that might be the dog. Yes. The dog coming in. The dog coming in. So So be happy with everything that's coming in for you, because it is a point of celebration that you're being supported by Spirit. You are not alone on your path. You are being supported, and it's all very good support actually for you. Because what I get for you is sometimes you think even Spirit is not there for you. So you're like a little bit questioning, what is it? Could it be a dog? Could it be this? Could it be that? Yes, you're being supported by Spirit.
Yes, I do. And it has to be with the way I was brought up.
Absolutely.
My surroundings.
Absolutely, because you weren't properly supported.
I always wondered if I was really loved or not. I always had that feeling that nobody really did because I was ugly or something.
And that's what they meant by betrayal when they said that. So that's why the dog energy comes in to help you feel that unconditional love. It's like a booster shot for Zoe, if you will. So it's interesting that you would have attracted that, and I wouldn't call it a guide. It's just an animal that's coming in from Spirit to help you feel that love, and your father is there with the dog giving you that love as well. So, my dear, I'm going to let you go, okay?
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, I just want a couple of announcements. If you would like a sale, the 3 for 3 exists again. That's 1/3 off 30-minute reading. It's too late to donate now. And just let me double check and make sure that we don't have any donations I didn't see. Hold on one moment, please. Oh, darn. I have to re-sign into something to get that information. Just let me see. Okay, and I'm going to go to another caller in a moment. I'm just going to check to make sure there's no outstanding donations floating around. It looks like Alexandra might have. Let me just see here what this is. Yep. Okay, Alexandra, I'm coming to you. Dun, dun, dun. Unless they no, I didn't come to you yet. 928. Hold on, Alexandra. There she is. Okay, because sometimes when Susie, hi Alexandra, because Susie got to you before. Hi, honey. Susie got to you before you donated, so I just want to double check. Oh, there's the D. I didn't see it before. Okay, what can I do for you this evening, love?
I have one simple question.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how I've been listening to the other people this evening, and like Craig, I'm working on a book. It's my first book. It's a memoir. But it's also, my goal was to basically speak for animals as well, and honor healing through animals in nature. So there's a lot of, and it's got a lot of heartwarming stories in it, but also my own healing journey. And when I try to avoid some of those healing lessons with people, the animals brought them through for me.
Oh, isn't that perfect? Yeah.
And, I've been a little stuck lately, and I think it is because I'm not too sure if I'm missing any important elements. And if you could just ask for me and see if there's something I'm missing.
Well, the first thing I want to tell you is as soon as I connected with you before you started to talk, I heard knows herself well. So you should understand that you are very... But whatever, the message comes in that you know yourself well. You're a very insightful person, very brilliant person, actually, and you're able to see patterns within seemingly disparate subjects, which is your gift. So I'm going to say that one more time. Your gift is to be able to connect the dots and to help people understand themselves better through well, you already said stories, parables, stories, metaphor, if you will. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Even poetry, you're a poet of sorts. They're saying a life poet. Now, the stuck part, hold on, because everything, you have a glowing report card so far, and I think part of this answer that's coming out is going to help you with the stuck part. You know yourself well. You're not, okay, you need to get out of your head a bit more is what the issue is. Because what I'm getting is, on a more mundane level, is that you know, kind of your work excites you and you get really into it. And then what happens is you have to take a break and balance that with more visceral life experience. You can't live in your head all the time because then it becomes self-extinguishing. The inspiration disappears. So you need to balance your writing with more visceral kind of living things that are sort of unrelated or seemingly unrelated, like perhaps a walk in nature or something by a body of water, a brook or a pool or something. Take time out, Alexandra, to do other things, because it's a lot of fun to be in your head, but you have to get out of your head sometimes so that your head can continue to be fun. You know what I mean? You got to get out of your head sometimes so that your head can refurbish itself, recharge itself. And when you do that, you're going to find that your creativity comes back. It comes back. It comes back. And you know what I'm also seeing or hearing is that it wasn't like this for you before, I hear you saying, but it wasn't always like that. I was able to be creative and be creative and be creative and be creative, and it seemed to be an unending well. And the reason for that is because you ignored your creativity for so long, it was pent up inside of you. So that was releasing all the creativity that was there. You understand what I mean by that? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so what they're trying to say is now that you've kind of gotten through that first expungement of creativity, now it's time for you to balance it. It's now a way of life. You have to take time out to do other things and then come back to it. Dumb things, human things, but fun things, whatever that might be. Okay. Now, for some reason, I see you in a loft type of setting. I see exposed brick walls and things like that, and it reminds me of a north and more cooler climate place. Where do you live, honey? Where's 928?
Oh, I'm in Sedona, and I long to go back north to the trees.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, maybe that could be your break for a little while. We'll see how that goes. But there's something about being in the north that's also self-extinguishing for you. So don't look at it as a permanent location. Just look at it as recharge. And that might be the way to approach this. Back and forth, this and that. Contrast, my dear, is stimulating to the muse within yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and I say don't go back to being in the north because when I saw that loft exposed brick holder kind of living arrangement, reminds me of something I might have seen in New York or something. It could be in Pennsylvania. It could be any place that has loft districts. Is that you would be indoors too much, and that wouldn't be good for you either. So you need to balance things. You need diversity. You need to try different things, and don't feel guilty or anything like that because it's all part of the creative process. Okay, my dear? I also hear you're going to be taking a class soon, and if you haven't made up your mind to take it, that you should. Maybe that could be part of your traveling. That'll be
90 seconds.
That will be extremely creative for you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, love. You have a beautiful, blessed evening. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm thanking everybody for coming in tonight. Thank you so much, all of you. And if you haven't joined my mailing list, you may do so by going to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the right there's a wonderful form there, and you'll get a download to
60 seconds
to a complimentary video, which is people can purchase that separately, but you get that for complimentary if you do join my mailing list. It's how to do your own readings. It doesn't get any better than that, right? Okay, those of you who've signed up for the playground, I will be seeing you in a few moments, and on Wednesday I continue this kind of reading at 1 p.m. in the afternoon here on Blog Talk Radio. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.